Alert, alert, alert! It's the 22nd of September 2023 and we have some huge news for you. I'm your host for tonight, ML7, and this is ML7 support content. Director's Take, Retrospective on Season 6 Hero Balance by Blizzard Entertainment. Hey y'all, this is Alec, lead hero designer, stepping in for Aegon this week. We thought this Director's Take would be a good time to chat about our heroes, recent balance changes, and what we've learned from them, and talk a bit about the philosophy behind our two upcoming reworks for Sombra and Roadhog. Illari and the safe side of strong. Let's start with Illari. Going into Illari's launch, our slogan was safe side of strong. We want hero releases to be impactful. It's best for the game for a number of reasons, but most importantly, it creates change throughout the meta. An impactful hero launch can shift other heroes' viability and create new and unique team compositions. A non-impactful hero launch, Lifeweaver, can feel as if the game didn't enter a new season. With Lifeweaver 5, I think. Making a new hero feel still Lifeweaver. Making a new hero feel impactful on launch is challenging because we're asking you to choose between that hero and their overall potential versus picking the heroes that you may have hundreds or thousands of hours on. Players like to try new things, but players also like to win. To mitigate this friction, while you are learning the nuances of a hero, we generally will continue to aim for the safe side of strong with our hero releases and then tune them where necessary. In situations where the hero's kit contains mechanics we describe as more sharp or potentially polarizing, say we were to release Widowmaker again, we may exercise more caution with this approach. We aim to make sure Illari was powerful, and we were happy to see that she launched in an impactful, game-changing state, but it's important to evaluate where that power is coming from. A lot of her potential power budget was wrapped up in her healing pylon and her lethality. Despite its potency, the healing pylon itself can feel invisible throughout a match due to its fire and forget automated healing. It was one of the first things we tuned for a few reasons. First, it can create situations that resemble stalemates. Next, breaking through the line of defense to shoot a pylon can already be a difficult task. It shouldn't be hard to kill once you're shooting it. Finally, as a more passive ability, it does not have the immediate impact and satisfaction of other elements in her kit, like her primary and secondary fire. Going forward, we'll continue to iterate on Illari's balance whilst making sure she doesn't feel muted. We think there's still a good amount of room there, and we'll be making an adjustment to her secondary fire healing in Season 7. Are they buffing or nerfing her secondary fire? We'll continue to iterate on Illari's balance whilst making sure she doesn't feel muted. We think there's still a good amount of room there, and we'll be making an adjustment to her secondary fire in Season 7. There's absolutely no way they buff it. It's 120 HP per second. But at the same time, I do not understand why would they continue nerfing Illari. Oh well. Let's swap to other songs. Layers of balance. Now let's talk about some recent balance changes and how we approach our start of season and mid-season updates. There are a few goals when we approach balancing Overwatch 2, but two are consistently front of mind are that hero changes should be an improvement to the game experience, whether that be on the individual hero themselves or to the overall metagame, and to also keep the game feeling fresh across seasons. With these goals in focus, we aim to make impactful changes that meaningfully inject themselves into the gameplay loop of a hero. There may also be number tuning alongside those, but you don't want to be in a world of arbitrarily injecting change by shifting the same numbers up and down from season to season, like Soldier 76's primary fire, for example. So, while a balance update may have reactive changes that look to knock down some of the top performing heroes, it should also have changes that evoke intrigue and have you asking questions like, why the hell did Blizzard do this? What is up with Blizzard's balancing? Does Blizzard have any idea what they're doing? When considering non-reactive changes to heroes, we usually begin with a question or overarching goals. Let's take the recent Zarya change as an example. What is Blizzard doing? Our aim there was to add more incentive to Zarya bubbling allies versus using two bubbles for herself, a fairly common behavior. How do we incentivize that enough? How do we make it noticeable in game? A common strategy we employ here is to layer multiple changes onto a hero that all help achieve our stated goal. For Zarya, that was the reduced cooldown for using a bubble on an ally, plus the increased size of the ally bubble, plus the increased health of the ally bubble. While this strategy comes up against our overall complexity goals, layering allows us to have individual changes that work synergistically together without needing to have any particularly extreme changes. This also helps when we want to further fine-tune what we're trying to achieve, as we can easily remove any number of those smaller, layered changes as needed. If we're willing to pull back quickly enough, layering is an approach we'll continue to utilize in certain instances. For Zarya, we're going to be pulling back on the size of the ally bubble plus the health of the ally bubble, but we will be keeping the reduced cooldown. So what I'm saying is, if we want the hero to be played, we will give the hero not one change, but 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 or, you know what, a minimum of 3 changes. And then, when the hero is strong, we're gonna remove some of those changes because they make 0 sense, and then keep those numbers in anyway, because people realize how strong the hero is actually. So this is the pull-out technique that they're approaching right now. So they're going in, right? They're going in, but they're not going in just once. They're doing it several times. So Zarya had what? She had, we have 3 pluses here. So Zarya had bubble on an ally, the increased size of the ally bubble, plus the increased health of the ally bubble. And now, they pull out. They remove the size of the ally bubble plus the health of the ally bubble. But they will be keeping the reduced cooldown. Okay. Coming soon. Looking closer at Season 6 on the current metagame, we've seen Bastion, Orisa, and Torbjorn rise in popularity. The standout among them has been Bastion. He's been succeeding at all ranks and is higher than we like at the highest levels of play, around a 55% unmeasured win rate. We're happy with the added reliability to his primary fire and tactical grenade, but we're going to remove his armor repair when transforming into configuration assault. That has made Bastion quite difficult to kill, even when out of position. A note here, in the middle of writing this blog, we decided to hotfix this change earlier than Season 7. Good, thank you. Some other adjustments that we're reverting or pulling back on at the start of Season 7. Orisa's fortified damage reduction, Torbjorn's primary fire recovery time, and Main's changes that we introduced in Season 5? Okay, so Orisa stuff, Torbjorn stuff, good, thank you, it's time. On those reverts to May, it's important to recognize when a when a lot of changes isn't resulting in improved gameplay. Our goal is trying to reintroduce some of her previous minigame to her primary fire was a good one, but it resulted in a hero that was more frustrating to play against, especially from a tank point of view, and wasn't clearly more engaging or effective to play. Finally, we're looking forward to revealing our plans for our upcoming reworks. Sombra's changes will be coming at the start of Season 7. I repeat, for everybody in the back, we have a date, we have confirmation. This is your streamer speaking. Blizzard just announced the fact that Sombra's changes will be coming at the start of Season 7. Here are some of our stated goals heading into the rework. Make Sombra more committal when engaging. Increase the active fill throughout her kit. Uphold her current hacker identity and playstyle. Roadhog is currently undergoing the finishing touches that were released with his rework in Season 7's mid-season patch. For everybody in the back, I just want to let you know that we have another confirmation from Blizzard Entertainment. This is your streamer speaking. Roadhog mid-season patch in Season 7, we will be having a rework for him. Thank you. Increase his ability to protect his team and claim space. Okay. Maintain his overall identity and playstyle. Okay. Move some of his power around so that his effectiveness isn't so tied to his one-shot potential. So, if you read this carefully, what Blizzard is saying is essentially nothing. We're just letting you speculate what we're going to do to Roadhog in mid-season patch for Season 7. We'll get into more details for Sombra and Roadhog's Reworks when we have a clue as to what we're doing with those two heroes, including looks at a new ability for each of them. Here at Blizzard Entertainment, we are giving new abilities to old heroes and making them viable in Overwatch 2. So the clue is, from this blog post, is the fact that they are getting some new abilities. That's all for now. Thank you for your continued feedback, and I'll see you in game.